Vikla, if he can get Prio in the mid lane, they can play through that Nocturne post 6. I don't like the bottom 2v2 matchup. I think we will all agree on that. Diablo is going to have to show us.
Duro are expecting the gank to come in because they're pretty far up the lane. They're keeping Diablo and Kellen at arm's length as the fears should be coming down here onto Ruler, who has already flashed. He's getting low, and it's first blood for Raptor in the bottom lane. He's back. I mean, Raptor's down here once again. I don't think he is trying to get the gank. I think he just wants to pick up the Scuttle Crab and hit 6 off of it. If he has done this correctly, he's also starting the Dragon, so... I
mean, I believe Ruler just did his first back, so he didn't have items he had to back. They knew that, and they were like, all right, well, with no Ashe here, we can get the push through. Canyon's looking for a potential steal setup.
He's going to have to just kind of walk in, and he is going for it. Really wants this early drink. It comes down, and Canyon does it again! And even ults in with level 6 and forces the flash over the wall. But Raptor still gets the kill. Gen.G get the first straight, though.
Still.
Ooh.
He has enough space.
Sidestep on the handshake.
And I think if they get anything there, like the handshake connects or Fate's call is close enough to catch, the Raptor can look for an ult play. They still want to make something of this.
Yeah, I mean, they know this is possible. Raptor's just going to run at them. And Ruler, I mean, there's really nothing he can do except barrier eventually. And now, with the paranoia coming in, he will pick up the kill on a Ruler in the bottom lane. And just like that, Raptor is 3-0 in this game.
Quintessential Raptor early game. And this Renekton hasn't been played through really just yet. See what he can do in these team fights, because he's another melee that if he doesn't get charmed or rooted or taunted, or ulted by Ambessa, or skewered by Kenyon, can get a lot done.
It's a lot of things he has to avoid.
Picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah. Canyon is top lane, so this Dragon will be BNK's. And of course, this is calculated. Canyon not going to try to put his face on the line to try to steal once again. Raptor not even going to smite this one down, and it's Mountain Soul that does come in.
Wave is here a little bit for a potential paranoia. They're not going to commit, though. It's just too thin. So it is just Dragon, like you say, into Mountain. And actually, Gen.G back away.
Yeah. Gen.G are backing off of it. Canyon's down on the bottom side. We saw Clear actually going in. But yeah, they are going to see Raptor moving over here, and I think they're just electing to say, well, at this point in time, you got a Calista on one item. The Nocturne is gigantic. Let's not take any risks.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. You know, you do have Zahen, you've got Ambessa, you've got Ashe. I do feel like, you know, given enough time, a little bit more tankiness, maybe you can sneak some of the Dragons. If they get into a 5v5 team fight and not die to the Nocturne, they're going to be in a good spot, and I think they can do that a little bit better.
However,
a little bit later in the game.
I agree with the choice from Gen.G, because this is how you could lose the game. Timing of this with the Dragon guarantees Prio here. Now, they don't necessarily be able to get the whole turret here, but it is going to be a big chunk, and that Prio guarantees that they get this Dragon set up here.
I feel like it's a little bit early from the side of BNK, but they get total control over the river, which is the main thing. They have the sticks in the Dragon from the Calista. Surely they can just time the smites here. The ult is not going to land, and oh no! Not like this, BNK!
My God, I don't know my number, but in terms of smites, it is high enough.
Oh, and now they want to dive. This could be, oh, they're not going to land the arrow, but it's still a lot underneath this turret, and Clear has nowhere to run, and they're just so tanky already.
And just like that, the advantage that BNK had, it's okay.
And now, in live, Vikla shockwaved, and now he's going to try to flash away. Canyon says, you're not getting away from Ambessa that easily. I will collect the kill. And bad turns to worse for BNK as Gen.G. They will feast on any amount of room you give them.
The Dragon is secured once again for them.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be avoiding fights. They want to fight with the strongest. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's going to be the Fate's Call already utilized. You do see the taunt immediately as he comes down, and Kellen has to flash out. Meanwhile, he gets charmed up by the Seraphine. Not in a very good spot. Bailout on Diablo. He immediately dies. And Raptor all alone. It's a very broken up fight for BNK, but it's 5 men strong for Gen.G. As Chovy, he is hunting that backline, and he will make that play happen.
3 seconds on Baron. 3 seconds on Baron when this happens.
It's free. It's free.
It's so free. There is no jungler. There's no damage. Vikla doesn't have Shockwave. He's sitting on a Rod of Ages that's not complete. He can't hurt a fly. This Baron is is just going to go down right away, and Clear is just going to hope to trade it for a turret here with Vikla. But that fight was the last chance I was alluding to, and it slips through their fingers. They get absolutely crushed. Gen.G snatch this victory away in a split second. Baron's up. Suddenly, what was a 1,500, nearly 2,000 gold lead for BNK for all of the early game.
Kellen throws himself in, a little bit of engage Renata, right? Everybody piles on with essentially 5 melee, it feels like. But if you're getting engaged on and Kellen's throwing himself into a Galio just to get taunted, and Diablo's left all alone, you're not winning a single fight. And especially not when you're this far behind. As now Vikla just runs into them, and Gen.G say thank you very much. We will pass go and collect 370, as we do have the taunt coming down the charm there on a Diablo, as he's just running away, and Gen.G are just styling on them now. Aru comes down on a Clear, as he's free food as well. And he's looking a lot like solo queue. And BNK are just getting rolled now, 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it's just 7,000 gold lead now. This turret is just dead. And Gen.G can go ahead and grab Soul Point. They seem only vaguely interested in that, as they'll send Canyon over alone.
They're like, I guess.
I guess
sure.
an inhibitor is pretty appealing. Diablo nearby and 4 seconds on Vikla. They might not be able to get that whole inhibitor, but they're so ahead. I think they could have gone for the try. Instead, they'll send Chovy over here. They'll take out an additional turret. And 7,000 turns to nearly 9,000 gold, the advantage.
Yeah.
Soul Point in pocket. It's feeble in comparison.
Yeah,
it's like putting your hand up against a...
All right, they're going to try for it, Wolf, as I don't think I saw a shockwave. There it is, and he's just going to flash it. And now in goes Canyon. He says, jump, I will take the kill. And picks up 2, picks up 3. And that's the one thing about BNK. They will never back down from a fight, even if they're 10,000 gold behind. But sometimes it just looks like this, and it's not very fun for them. Gen.G, though, having a ball, just running them down. Vikla going to flash away. And maybe for now he will survive. But the game is over. The game was over. It felt like 10 minutes ago.
The good news is his Rod of Age is completed. Oh. That's the only good news, Valdez.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of Clear, and it looks like the end of Game 2 going heavily in favor of Gen.G, just like that. You gave them an inch, one failed play, and Gen.G said, thank you very much. We will take the game from here. 2-0 for Gen.G, as they are looking like the strong favorites to take this LCK Cup.
They were the massive favorites before the night began, but...
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.